Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. It's almost 6:30 Monday morning. Good morning if you're just waking up, just getting after it. Also, what's the delay? Why so late? It's almost 6:30. Don't you know the day started almost 6.5 hours ago? Good morning. Good morning. Morning, Wyatt. What's up, bud? Gonna see you in a little bit. So I'm doing a quick live this morning. I'm totally just shaking off the cobwebs. I haven't been doing lives for like months and months. And yesterday I was like, F it, man. I'm just gonna start going live again. And today, it's like getting back in the gym. It's like building a muscle. Once you start flexing it, you want to keep flexing it, keep it going. So I decided I'd go live real quick this morning. I've only got 9 more minutes. I gotta leave in 9 minutes to go pick up my wonderful daughter, Jada, and take her to school, who, by the way, just came on. Hi, Jada. Good morning. I'll see you at home in about 20, 30 minutes. Appreciate everybody. Good morning, Jonathan. Appreciate everybody coming on. So as I was going to bed last night, Jacqueline and I, we were laying in bed watching TV. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to get up at 2. And then it got to be about 10. I guess it was about 9:30. I was like, no, I can't do 2. I'm going to do 2:30. And so I changed my alarm because Mondays are tough because Mondays I host this. So I have my typical morning routine, which is be at the gym at 4:30, practice piano at 5:30, and then go home and take Jada at 6:30, 6:40-ish. But Mondays are tough because I also host our company stand-up for ENTRE every Monday morning at 8. And I kind of prepare like a set of updates from the previous week. So I typically do the prep for that on Monday mornings too. So I started late, towards the end of last year. I started getting up at 2:30 on Mondays. So I have that extra hour to prep. And then today, because we're also kicking off a Facebook challenge, and I felt like I needed a little extra time to prep for that, I was like, oh, you know what? I'll get up at 2. And then at about 9:30, I was like, okay, 2 is in 4.5 hours. I'm not doing that. I'm switching back to 2:30. And as I was changing my alarm, Jacqueline, she said, babe, thanks for never giving up. Thanks for working so hard. She basically just said, thanks. Like you get up early and you work hard. And I was like, oh, thanks for saying that. I was like, it makes it all worthwhile to know that you have my back, and it is hard, but you give me the strength to do it. Anyway, we had a nice like husband-wife moment. But so as I woke up this morning and I overslept a little, ended up getting up about 3. And it was hard. I was like, geez, man, this is never easy. And I've been thinking about it all morning because as I went to bed last night, I kind of went to bed in a state of gratitude for gratitude, if that makes sense. That like, yeah, it's hard, but it's appreciated, and that makes it worth it. And so then all morning I've been thinking because I'm about to do this Facebook challenge, right? And so over the next 5 days, starting this morning, starting in when does it start? 10 a.m. my time, I think. So in 3.5 hours, I'm going to be taking, and there was supposed to be 1,000-person limit on the group, but we got basically blown up with interest. And I think the group's up to about 1,100. And I think the actual tech only allows for 1,000 people, but sometimes people don't show up or whatever, and they catch it on replay. So I think we've got 1,100 in the group, but it's 1,000 people that are going to go live here in about 3.5 hours. And I'm going to walk them through over the next 5 days how to build your dream business to essentially create your dream life, how to kind of have it all, right? And I'll tell you what I'm going to tell them is there's two kinds of lives that are lived in this world. Well, I guess there's 3. Let's say there's 3 kinds of lives, but one of them we don't really count. One of them is like, I'm lazy. I give in to my insecurities. I operate from a place of trauma and damage and baggage. And I don't even come close to achieving my potential. And I'm not even trying to hide it. Basically, I'm just like loser. Right. Okay. So that's life one, but we don't really count those because I don't think anybody that is living that way, like deep in an addiction or deep in a indulgences or deep in vices or deep in just laziness or deep in narcissism or just deep in some crap state of being. I don't think any of those people are like, man, I don't get it. How come I don't have the life I want? How come all my dreams aren't coming true? And it's like, well, they're not coming true because you're living like a degenerate, right? So that's category one. We'll skip that, or we'll say no more about that. Category two is, let's call it the average above average person, meaning it's a person that tries real hard, um, generally goes through life trying to do the right thing, generally goes through life trying to play by the rules as they've been laid out in the world, and is generally good, like a good person with good intentions, who does good things, who tries hard. And that's the person that, I think deserves more out of life, because the average person in this world who is really coming from a place of good intentions and good effort and just call it goodness, still isn't getting what they kind of hoped for or even expected. They're not really reaping the rewards of what this world has to offer. And I think that's the great, if we could call it the great frustration, it would be, I'm doing the things I'm supposed to be doing and I'm trying hard, and it's just not really clicking. And I think that's I don't know if that's most people statistically. I mean, because I don't hang out with that many people, so I don't really know what average looks like. But if you read the data, it's actually kind of a sad state out there. There's a lot of people that are just living in, it's like they know. I mean, they know better. They know why they're not getting the results, but they just don't really want to change. But again, we're kind of setting them aside. But as far as like call it like the healthy middle of people, and I think this is most of the people that are on this, going to be on this challenge. They're like, hey, I want more. I'm trying hard. I'm willing to work. I've been doing what I've been told and it hasn't really played out. So maybe let me be told a different thing and I'm willing to do it. And then you have, honestly, weirdos like me. And weirdos weirdos, like people that actually don't really fit in. We don't really try to do good. We don't really care too much what we think we're supposed to do. We don't really try to play by anybody's rules. We're just, and I'm being sort of objective. I don't want to say, I'm not going to be falsely modest. I'm just going to be objectively neutral about myself and as proxy for an analysis of the world. That basically the people that have really great lives, they're not really trying to do good. They're not really trying to be above average. They're actually like, I don't give a shit. I'm going to be super spaz, obsessive, weirdo. People that know me they're going to like me because I produce, but they're going to also be like, yeah, that guy's pretty out there. That lady's pretty out there. Like, you got to be kind of nuts. You got to be honestly completely insane. And like, so as I was getting up this morning, I was going to bed last night. And yeah, I'm going to get up early. And I got up early this morning. I'm doing my thing. I'm going through my life. And I'm like, my life is so different from most people. And it's not really that fun. And I think that's my big takeaway. That was my big aha. Because, whenever I know I have this challenge coming up, and as I'm building towards something, any kind of performance, my mind sort of naturally starts to machinate on like, what's my major premise, my postulate for my performance. And this is it. This is my performance postulate for this morning. It's that fun and fulfillment are opposites. And that the downfall of the average good person who's got good intentions and tries to do good things so they can have a good life is fun. That's actually the downfall. It's that they're trying to feel a little too good as they do good and try to have good. They're trying to feel a little too good. You want to know a secret? This is the secret. Having a really, really fulfilling, effing awesome life involves very little fun. Getting up at 2:30 this morning was not fun. Going to the gym at 4:30 this morning was not fun. Being in this seat at 5:40 to prep for my call this morning was not fun. Playing my piano in the mornings was not fun. Writing a 400-page book like I've been doing for the last 6 months was not fun. Making myself go live when I don't feel like it, not fun. Most of the shit I do, not fun. But my life on the whole, so fulfilling. So fulfilling. You want to have an extremely fulfilling life? Start doing really, really hard things as often as possible. Start ratcheting up the stress. Start ratcheting up the chosen suffering in service to your found purpose. And if you're not clear on your purpose, then live a life that is so mundane and routined and precise and productive that it creates the space and the stability from which clarity of purpose can emerge. Stop trying to have so much damn fun. That's my advice. Stop trying to have so much fun and create the space for fulfillment, and accept that they are opposites and that if it feels good, it probably isn't. How's that for some Monday morning insight? All right, I got to go. I'm going to take Jada to school. Love you all. Hopefully, I'll see many of you on the challenge in 3 hours and 23 minutes. Whoop, whoop.